Social stratification is a concept that refers to the hierarchical arrangement of individuals or groups in a society. It involves the division of people into different strata or layers based on various criteria such as wealth, power, prestige, education, and other social and economic factors. Social stratification is a fundamental aspect of human society and can be observed in various forms across different cultures and historical periods. Currently, it continues to be a concept poorly understood by society, covered by stereotypes and judgments that persist in people. It is for this reason that as a team we were interested in knowing more about this topic and carrying out our project seeking to know the perspective of students of Tecnológico de Monterrey, Campus Guadalajara. This experiment was conducted in 18 individuals around the ages of 18 to 21, all students of Tecnológico de Monterrey. It was conducted in a week, divided in two parts, the questionnaire and the aftermath interview, in order to gather thoughts and reflection from the individuals. The outcome of this experiment provided a nuanced understanding of how individuals conceptualize and perceive social classes. The experiment yielded diverse perspectives on the definition of social class, with respondents emphasizing living conditions, income, and life possibilities. Notably, participants expressed uncertainty, illustrating the complexity of this multifaceted concept. Self-identification with social class revealed a spectrum of responses, indicating the nuanced nature of individuals' perceptions about their own standing in society. A prevailing sentiment was the acknowledgement of numerous misconceptions about social class, with a vast majority affirming that their social class significantly influenced their daily lives. Stereotypes associated with different classes reveal deeply ingrained biases, ranging from the derogatory labels from the high class to more ambiguous characterization for the middle and low classes. The middle class emerged as a focal point, with respondents expressing varied views on stereotypes, societal interactions, and media portrayals. Opinion on whether societal perspectives on the middle class have evolved over time were divided, underscoring the complex and dynamic nature of attitudes towards this class. Overall, the experiment highlighted the intricate interplay between societal perceptions, individual identification, and the perpetuation of stereotypes, providing valuable insight into nuanced landscape of social stratification and the need for a more comprehensive understanding of these dynamics in the contemporary society. In the next slides, we show some of the testimonials that help us to achieve the main objective of this experiment.
After our experiment and obtaining results and analyzing it, we have some observations. People have a blurred line between social class and economic stratums. Just like other studies, a vast majority believe they are situated in middle class. Interestingly enough, they are divided between upper and average. Regarding these conceptions, all participants related them with socioeconomic factors such as race and economic stratum. Most participants are well aware of the advantages they possess at the moment. The majority of stereotypes they describe align with meritocracy. Most of them attribute thoughts about social classes from intersubjectivity such as social networks and family members. All participants agree that there is a lack of accurate studies and information available of the economic state and thus a possible cause of social class misconceptions. As a team, we concluded that understanding social stratification is essential for analyzing and explaining patterns of inequality and social dynamics within a society. It helps in examining the impact of social structures on individuals and groups, as well as the mechanisms that contribute to the reproduction or transformation of social hierarchies over time.
Hi, my name is Annabelle, and in my opinion, this experiment helped me see nuanced perspectives on class, revealing complexities in definitions, self-identification, and stereotypes. I find it very interesting how society still creates their own social perceptions based on their individual experiences and the environment around them, without observing the various factors that affect social classes and that keep them in that position.
This is Zain, and what I've observed is three things. That beliefs about social class comes from an intersubjectivity and external influences such as social media. Though the concept of meritocracy is well known, it overlaps with their own perception of the participants. So it's kind of interesting to see there if it can be further expanded upon. And there's a blurred line between social class and economic strata. I saw that most of them, they kind of mixed one concept with another, which was, again, interesting. And the value comes from this experiment, realizing from both sides how people tend to over and underestimate what they have and then reflect on the privileges one possesses, especially in the context they are living in.
My name is Mauricio Gonzalez, and my conclusion for this experiment, just as we had hypothesized in the beginning, is that social class and social stratum have a significant effect, and they influence directly a person's self-perspective, which in turn helps shape their perceived privilege or the lack of privilege that they might have in a society. So these constructs help us establish a framework through which people assess their identity, their opportunities, and their standings, which often impact their sense of belonging and their aspirations or the barriers that they might encounter.
This experiment has been a great value in understanding how the students on our campus identify themselves within social classes. It was interesting to see how more than 50% of those interviewed believe that lifestyle predict economic prosperity more than the place in social class where they were born. This type of beliefs give rise to stereotypes.
Hi, Jorge here. Part of the importance of this experiment relies in the realization of the privilege we have as students of the tech and start the conversation about the real inequality which has been normalized in our society, leading to social programs which only alleviate the problem in short term but intend to keep poverty and make the rich richer. I think this experiment opens the door for the conversation within the participants and myself.
Hi, I'm Luis, and this project helped me to think about social classes and the impact caused by the prejudice associated with each social class. It also helped me to understand that it's easy to judge without understanding that we don't have the same opportunities.
Given the results of the questionnaire, we can see that many people have an understanding of these topics, but there's still some difficulty while providing different examples, and many of them were basically the same or very alike, which symbolizes that there's still some things that are commonly more known and some things that aren't really in the minds of people, and some of them said that it took them a while to answer them because they didn't think about it very much, which shows the relevancy of these topics.